Hey guys, I have chapter 27 and 28 from Escape from Mr. Lemoncello's library for you. Excited by the sudden appearance of a second bonus card, Sierra read it out loud. 2 plus 2 can equal more than 4. Put 2 and 2 together, you'll be closer than before. Akimi raised her hand. Yes, said Sierra. You do realize that Miguel here isn't on our team. Oh, right. Sorry. Miguel turned to Kyle. You guys are a team? Yeah, you want to join? Maybe. Not sure. Check back with me later, man. No problem, said Kyle. He fist thumped his chest. Miguel fist thumped his. They were flashing each other peace signs when Sierra said, I think this means we should all play together as a team. Remember what it says on the fountain down in the lobby? Knowledge not shared remains unknown. Maybe, said Miguel. Like I said, let me get back to you. I'm working on a few angles of my own, flying solo. Sure, no problem. Kyle was about to do the whole fist, chest, bump, peace sign thing again when he had a brainstorm. Miguel, quick question. What's on your library card? Miguel shrugged. My name and the number 1. Anything else, like on the back? Nothing really. Couple of books. 2? Yeah. What are their titles? Miguel bit his lip. Don't want to say. Because you think they might be clues? Not saying what I might or might not be thinking, bro. Kyle nodded. There are 2 different books on the back of everybody's library card, said Akimi, thinking out loud. Put 2 and 2 together, and you'll be closer than before. The book titles are some sort of clue. My books are one, Akimi? Kyle shook his head, nodded towards Miguel. Right, sorry, my bad. Okay, Miguel, said Kyle. If and when you decide to team up with us, you can show us the 2 books on the back of your card, and we'll all show you ours. We'll also split the prize 4 ways. Deal? Deal. Come on, guys. Kyle gestured towards the exit. Where are we going? Asked Sierra. Kyle dropped his voice. The Electronic Learning Center. You want to play video games? Said Akimi. Now? Seriously, Kyle. We may need to rethink your status as team captain. I don't want to play video games. I want to check out the discard pile. Huh? The cards the players who went home early dumped into that goldfish bowl. I'm coming with you guys, said Miguel. I've been thinking about those extra cards too. Fine, said Kyle. Whatever. When they entered the game room, they saw Clarence, his arms folded against his chest, genie style. He was standing guard in front of the discard pile. May I help you? He asked. Yeah, said Kyle. We want to check out the cards in the bowl. Sorry, said Clarence, you can't have them. But, said Mr. Lemoncello, his face suddenly appearing on every video screen in the room, you can win them. Dressed in a polka-dotted bow tie and snazzy jacket like a game show host, Mr. Lemoncello had one arm resting on a slender plexiglass podium. Behind him, Dr. Zinchenko, all decked out in a sparkly red mini dress, looked like the models that pointed at prizes on TV. Are the 4 of you ready to play? Let's do a deal? When Mr. Lemoncello said that, he pushed a big red button in his podium. A pre-recorded studio audience whistled, cheered, and applauded. What's Let's Do a Deal? Asked Kyle. My first game to ever be turned into a TV show. Brought to you by Lemon Pledge. Dr. Zinchenko started singing. Lemon Pledge very pretty, put the shine down, lemon good. Thank you, Dr. Z, said Mr. Lemoncello, bopping the button to make the audience cheer again. Now then, kids, here's the deal. Solve one simple picture puzzle and you 4 win the 5 library cards in the bowl. And if we lose? Simple. Each of you loses his or her library card and adds it to the discard bowl for our next lucky contestants to try and win. He banged the red button again. The audience cheered exactly the same way they cheered before. Kyle turned to the others. What do you say, guys? Let's go for it, said Akimi. Sierra nodded. Miguel, I'm in, bro. You're joining our team? Absolutely. They knocked knuckles to seal the deal. Mr. Lemoncello must have whacked his button again because the canned studio audience started cheering. Kyle wondered what the sound effects would be if he and his friends lost their library cards playing Let's Do a Deal. Probably groans and weeping. Lots and lots of weeping. Now then, said Mr. Lemoncello, are you ready to play Risking Everything for 5 little library cards? Kyle swallowed hard. Then he nodded. All right, you maniac McGee's. Here's your picture puzzle. The category is famous quotes. You have 60 seconds to solve this rebus. Wait a second, said Akimi. What's a rebus? You figure out the words in a phrase by looking at the pictures and the symbols, said Kyle. For instance, added Miguel, the letters R and E plus a picture of a school bus would equal rebus. Oh, okay, said Akimi, if you guys say so. Are you guys ready to play? Asked Mr. Lemoncello. Kyle looked at his teammates who nodded. Yes, sir. Then on your mark, get set, go, dog, go. Mr. Lemoncello's image disappeared. Tick-tock clock music started playing. The video screens all projected the same picture. We're officially dead, said Akimi. 55 seconds, said Mr. Lemoncello. Okay, we break it up 4 ways. The first and third rows are similar. I'll do them. I'll do the last one, said Akimi. I'll take the second row, said Miguel. I'm 4, said Sierra. 50 seconds, said Mr. Lemoncello. Everyone went to work. Mine is some guy hitting himself in the thumb, but with a grr and an O, muttered Akimi. Then the male symbol where the LE equals RX. Marks? Does that even make sense? Hello, Kyle. Is my second half Marks? Kyle didn't answer. He was too busy deciphering his own clue lines. Outlet. Change the let to side. He mumbled. Golf minus the G and the L. The letter A. 40 seconds. Dog. He dropped to the third line. He just needed the first word. Bowling pins without the P, but add an IDE. 30 seconds. Kyle glanced at Miguel. He was moving his lips, mouthing out his part of the quote. And Sierra was too. You guys ready? Kyle whispered. Hang on, said Miguel. 20 seconds. Okay, go. Kyle read the first line. Outside of a dog. Miguel picked up the thread. A book is man's best friend. Kyle continued. Inside of a dog. Sierra took over. It's too dark to read. Akimi brought them home. Groucho Marx. Is that your final answer? Asked Mr. Lemoncello. Yes, said Kyle. And then he repeated the entire quote. Outside of a dog, a book is man's best friend. Inside of a dog, it's too dark to read. Groucho Marx. Bells rang. Chaser lights flashed. The audience went wild. Akimi and Sierra actually squealed and hugged each other. You are correct, shouted Mr. Lemoncello. There's no dead end in Norvalt's, not today. Take those 5 library cards, Team Kyle. You won them fair and square. Charles and Andrew heard a commotion on the 3rd floor. Bells ringing and audience whooping it up. Girls squealing. Come on, said Charles. They raced up the stairs and peeked into the Electronic Learning Center. Kyle Keeley and his teammates were all hugging each other and slapping high fives. On every video screen in the game room, Charles could see a pictogram puzzle. What's going on in there? Whispered Andrew. They might be gaining on us, Charles whispered back. We need to pick up our pace. Quick, where would I find a book called Hoosier Hospitality, written by Eve Healy Oresti? The 900s room. Let's go. Charles and Andrew scurried back to the 2nd floor in the 900s room, where they found Haley Daly holding Hoosier Hospitality by Eve Healy Oresti. Oh, hello, you guys, she said, slamming the book shut. Charles moved towards her slowly. finds anything interesting in that book, Haley?" "Not really," she giggled. "Just a bunch of dumb junk about Indiana." Charles knew she was hiding something. "I wonder, Haley, if you and I might share a quiet word." He turned to Andrew in private. "Does that mean I'm supposed to leave?" "Yes, Andrew, it's for the good of the team. Trust me." "Okay, but I'll be right outside that door if you decide to double-cross me or something." "Thank you, Andrew. This will only take a quick minute." Peckelman left the room. Smiling, Charles moved even closer to Haley, so close that he could smell her bubble gum or shampoo, maybe both. "Let's step over here," he said, taking Haley by the elbow. "I found another fascinating book that I think you'll just love." He guided her to a spot behind a bookcase where their conversation couldn't be observed by the security camera, blinking up in the ceiling. Haley went with Charles. If he had been looking for the same book she had just found, that meant he was playing the library escape game along a similar path. Charles Chiltington might have clues Haley could use, clues she needed. "Rumor has it," Charles whispered, "that your parents wrote your library essay for you." Inside, Haley was grinning. Obviously, Charles would try to bully her into joining his team. Fine. She would pretend to be frightened. "What?" she whispered back, pretending to be terrified. That's a lie. My dad just helped me with some of the spelling." "Aha! So you admit it. All the spelling in your essay wasn't your own?" "Okay. This is going to take more acting skill than usual. Having someone check your spelling wasn't against anybody's rules for anything." She widened her eyes, made her lips quiver. "What do you want, Charles?" "For you to join my team." "Why should I do that?" "Two reasons. One, if you're on my side, your flagrant plagiarism remains our dirty little secret. Two, I know what to do with that silhouette card you just found in Hoosier Hospitality book." "You do?" "Oh, yes. If we share our clues, the pictures will create a phrase telling us how to find the alternate exit." Haley smiled, for real. This was working out perfectly. She'd get all their clues, and even if they all won together, Mr. Lemoncello would definitely make her the real star of his TV commercials. She had zazz. Charles and Andrew did not. "Okay," she said, "deal. I'm on your team." Then she handed Charles the clues she had found in a Hoosier book. "Of course," said Charles. "After all, Indiana is the Hoosier state."